Hello, welcome to the Bible in 5 years. My name is Armando. We are reading through the Bible in form of stories. We're going through and reading story after story, story after story, 236 stories or more in chronological order. All right, and afterwards, we will continue to read the Bible until we complete 5 years. We don't know after we read all these stories what format we're going to take or what shape or anything. We don't know. But it's always going to be short and sweet because we don't read chapters here. 2 or 3 chapters. No, we only read verses. 5 verses, 10 verses, 15, 16, 17, 18, 22, 29, 32, up to 43. That's the most. Believe me, we're trying to keep it in the story so you remember what we read and hopefully it's helpful. And this project podcast is no aim for Christians, but if you're a Christian, you're welcome. Like and subscribe. This project podcast is aimed for those who have never read the Bible. They don't know what the Bible says. They're not familiar with anything of the Bible. Maybe they don't even care what the Bible says. And it's okay. We're here to share a little bit in the form of a story. These videos and audios are like 10 minutes or less. So it's easy listening or easy watching, and you can laugh about me, all the mistakes that I make when I read English because it's not my first language, but I'm trying. I'm trying. Nobody's helping me. Anyways, but maybe you got hurt at church, and you just don't even feel like picking up the Bible. It's too heavy or whatever. But you can watch a video on YouTube or Spotify, and or two or so. So that's what we're trying to do, okay? And thank you for watching and listening and all that. And share this with your friends, with your neighbors, with your brothers, with your co-workers, with your co-students, with your spouse, with anybody, with your enemies. I'm going to change the music so we can get into our reading, okay? There it is. Day 112. 112 days. That's already how far we are. A feast at Joseph's palace. Ooh. As the brothers arrived at the entrance to the palace, they went over to the man in charge of Joseph's household. They said to him, "Sir, after our first trip to Egypt to buy food, as we were returning home, we stopped for the night and opened our sacks." Again, that word that I have difficulty saying. The money we had used to pay for the grain was there in our socks, not in their calcetines, no, in their bags full of grain. Here it is. We have brought it back again. We also have additional money to buy more grain. We have no idea how the money got into our socks. Ay, my God, ay, Dios mío, help me. Relax, don't worry about it. The household manager told them. Your God, the God of your ancestors, must have put it there. We collected your money all right. Then he released Simeon and brought him out to them. The brothers were then led into the palace and given water to wash their feet and food for their donkeys. They were told they would be eating there. So they prepared their gifts for Joseph's arrival at noon. When Joseph came, they gave him their gifts and bowed low before him. He asked them how they had been getting along. And then he said, "How is your father, the old man you spoke about? Is he still alive?" "Yes," they reply. "He is alive and well." Then they bow again before him. Looking at his brother Benjamin, Joseph asked, "Is this your youngest brother, the one you told me about?" "May God be gracious to you, my son." And Joseph made a hasty exit because he was overcome with emotion for his brother, and wanted to cry. Going into his private room, he wept there. Then he washed his face and came out, keeping himself under control. "Bring on the food," he ordered. Joseph ate by himself, and his brothers were served at a separate table. The Egyptians sat at their own table because Egyptians despised Hebrews and refused to eat with them. Joseph told each of his brothers where to sit, and to their amazement, he seated them in the order of their ages, from oldest to youngest. Their food was served to them from Joseph's own table. He gave the largest serving to Benjamin, 5 times as much as to any of the others. So they all feasted and drank freely with him. Woo wee! All right, this is the end of our lecture, of our reading today. No lecture, our reading today. And let us know where you're listening from or where you're watching from. And well, thank you for watching. This is the Bible in 5 years. My name is Armando. See you tomorrow.